Hello, hi, I'm Pearl Howie, and I am doing a little podcast to talk to you about my book. Can you see it? Yes, great. This book is basically called Weird and Wonderful Spa Treatments and Massage, The Guide from Pearl Escapes 2014. Very long title. Okay. Basically, this book is one that I've written to describe a lot of the different treatments I've tried around the world. I'm very passionate about trying new kinds of treatments, massage, even different types of branded products, so from different companies. And the reason is that I had a major operation several years ago, and I had quite a lot of trouble in getting fit and healthy afterwards. And I had a lot of pain as well. And I don't know about you, but any person I know who's been in a lot of pain, I think it gives you a much better appreciation of the times when you go and you're treated really well, and you get to feel relaxed, you get to feel happy. And it's also made me, I think, a lot more aware of my feelings and my body. And every time I sort of start to forget about the possibilities and variations of pain, I often find I get another injury, and it kind of takes me back. And I often then go back into spas and spa treatments. And it's amazing how many different ailments and illnesses can be made better. Or even, even specifically, if you're not making it better, you can actually feel so much better while you're having treatment or while you're in a spa. And for me, that's so important because of having so many times when I've been in a lot of pain. And I think if you've ever been in a serious amount of pain, then you know that, lack of pain is wonderful. Feeling great, having a day off where you can relax and, lie in a pool or, sit in a bath of ice or ice water can be the most wonderful thing in the world. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you a little bit more about the book. There are treatments from basically as far east as China and Hong Kong. Some of the traditional treatments there are really amazing. Reflexology is absolutely incredible in China. And I've also travelled to places like Morocco and also Barcelona, which actually has a lot of African type spas there. Since I started writing the book, we've actually launched more African style spas in the UK, which is pretty amazing. And I've also travelled over to Florida in America. One of my first experiences with pain relief through spas was visiting a place in Los Angeles, which was recommended to me, and it was actually the Hot Spring Centre. Now, it was a very long time ago, so it's not actually featured in the books, but it was one of those places that really started me because I was in a terrible amount of back pain before I walked in the door. I walked in and went into a hot bath of water and went, wow, this is amazing. Went to try the ice bucket, there's a pool of actually ice water. I walked into that and it was like, oh, that just knocked the pain out. And at the time I was taking so many painkillers and I was trying everything. I wasn't sleeping. It was a constant pain. So to walk in there and have it go was a real eye opener for me. And that's, it's really inspired the book. And a lot of the things are, the spa treatments, but a lot of them you can actually do at home. For example, a cold bath of water you could actually create at home, and you could do that. Or alternatively, that's a bit much, you can do a cold shower on muscle pain and back pain, and it's amazing how much a relief that can be. Or even if you get like a cold bottle of water as opposed to a hot water bottle, can make a big difference. The other reason I wrote this book is because I find that a lot of spas are very different, and sometimes they don't really explain what's going to happen very well. And sometimes there's an assumption that anyone going in is going to understand it. It's a bit like a restaurant, when you go to a posh restaurant. And I remember, I think when I was quite young, a teenager, the idea of posh restaurants in England was you would walk in and the menu would be in French. And I didn't speak French back then. So the menu would be in French and rather confusing. And everyone would be a little bit intimidated to ask the waiter, what does that actually mean? What are escargots? And we've obviously developed our restaurant culture in the UK, and I'm sure it's developed elsewhere around the world. So we have a more, for a start, people do know a lot of what the basics are, but also in a lot of places there's less expectation about understanding what things are. And for myself, because I've been to quite a lot of restaurants and tried a lot of different things, I don't have a problem asking, what is this, what is that? Because you know, I think the thing is you get more relaxed as you know more things. You're more happy to ask, what's this other weird thing going on, or why is it called this, or what's that? And sometimes the waiters don't really know very well. They don't really explain it well. Same thing goes to spa treatment. Sometimes I will ring up a reception area and I'll say, look, I'm really interested in this massage. I like the look of this massage, and what exactly is it? And the receptionist will go all quiet and go, I have to ask the therapist and call you back. And it's a bit like when the waiter has to go off to the chef to ask the details. And you think, well, if you can't tell what it's all about from reading the menu, how on earth am I supposed to? So anyway, it's the point of the book is I would really like to make it much easier for anybody to find the right treatment for them, to feel relaxed and comfortable about going into a spa, because quite honestly, when you can go from, if you look at a pain scale, if you can go from like a 6 or a 7 on a pain scale, which can be constant, back pain or something like that, to walking in and going to a 0 in literally seconds, then, I'm sure you can understand why I want to tell everybody about it. And I think that, we often think of spas as being a treat and something, it's a bit of a luxury. And for me, I think good health and fitness and feeling good in your body is not a luxury. It's really an essential. I'd rather not have a posh dinner. Sometimes when I'm on holiday, I can give or take a few bottles of wine, give or take a few restaurant meals. I'd happily eat a sandwich and spend my money on going to a spa and having an awesome massage, especially if I've been on a plane for a long time or I'm about to get on a plane for a long time. And the one thing I would say as well, a few places are starting to add spas in airports, and if you're travelling anywhere and if you have the opportunity, hit an airport spa, especially one that will actually call you when your plane is boarding, when you've already put your luggage on, because it's going to make your trip so much better, and it's basically first class treatment. Anyway, hope you check out the book. It's available on my website. It's available on Amazon, iTunes, Nook, and lots and lots of other places. It's also available on Lulu, and they distribute it to many other channels as well. So I hope you can find it, and I hope you buy it. That would be great, because I'm going to try, basically my goal is to update this every year. So every year, this is the 3rd edition, so every year it will get bigger and bigger and bigger, and hopefully we'll get more and more people going to spas. And if you've read the book, let me know what you think. If you and also if you tried a treatment after reading the book, I'd love to know. I'd really love to know if it's helped you to get comfortable in going into a spa and trying a treatment, because that's the goal of the book, and I'd love to know if it's helped. Okay, thanks, bye.